Hi. Is Trump a trigger, a PTSD trigger for you? He often is. So tap to stay in the fight. I seem to have lost that. Let's try it again. Trump is a PTSD trigger for many people. So tap to stay in the fight. Of course, just hearing the title of this or even seeing this may make you want to turn away, avoid, and do all the things you do when you're triggered by post traumatic stress events from the past. He may remind you of all the violence that occurred in your life as people told you that you don't matter, you don't exist, you have no real importance in the world. Well, if you've ever been around a narcissist and that's part of the trauma in your life, this is what's going to happen again for you. I don't want you to just white knuckle this. I want you to do something to be better. So, right now, whatever you're feeling, even if you don't think he's a trigger for you, just notice what you're feeling in your body and tap along with me. This is the fastest way to be able to downregulate and stay in the fight. And just tapping under my nose. Now, what I'm doing is the crisis tapping pattern. You can get it on my website. You can just YouTube it anywhere. But tapping will help you be able to downregulate the upset that you're feeling that makes you want to turn to those unhealthy kinds of behaviors that you've done in the past, and avoid engaging in a process. Close your eyes, open your eyes, down left, down right, roll them around, back the other way. Hum, count 1, 2, 3, 4. Hum again, and just tap along with me. And notice what's going on here because I want you to be able to stay engaged, and not have to feel like, oh, this is too much, and run away. Now, this is what happens when you use tapping. Tapping is the most researched, best way to deal with traumatic stress. It's over 250 peer-reviewed journal articles about it. It's solidly based in good evidence that it works, and it's the best thing you can do. So just now notice how you're feeling right now, because you're still staying with me here. And I want you to recognize that it's not that unusual, because people are avoiding looking at the news, they're avoiding listening to their friends' problems, they're avoiding engaging with helping their friends or participating in activities that further your cause. Now, I don't want to get into the right and wrong of any of this. I just want you to notice that if Trump is a trigger in your body and you start to feel as though you're reliving some of the trauma that was in your past as a child or as a younger adult, and I'm talking about any kind of violence that occurred to you, whether it was just emotional violence, or whether it was being ignored, whether it was physical violence of being forced by being hit or being threatened with physical violence. It doesn't matter. If it was sexual violence that occurred to you because of somebody who looked like him or reminds you, you're reminded of them by him. You know what you need to do is tap. Don't run away from it. Learn how to turn those memories that have been triggered into manageable kinds of information that you can use to be able to inform how you move forward, how you develop a plan, how you take action to help yourself, and to be able to help those others that you care about. At this point in my life, I'm not too worried about much anything, but there are a lot of people around me and in my communities who are being impacted by what's happening with Trump. And so I want to be able to help them. And the best way to do that is by learning how to use thought field therapy, the tapping pattern, the original tapping, to downregulate that upset, be able to allow you to engage long enough to bring in new information and to be able to take it up into the upper part of your brain, the top of your brain, and be able to use that information, do an analysis of it, begin to work with it in a problem-solving way to arrive at a plan of action that you can take And that's going to help you so much more than just turning away and avoiding and going back into, oh, well, I think I'll have a drink, or I'll smoke some weed, or I'll, just throw myself into some sexual activities that just distracts me. You know, that stuff are coping mechanisms that have worked for you in the past, but you don't have to keep using those coping mechanisms, because sometimes they're not healthy, and they certainly don't help you be able to do what's important for you in living your life and for those people who you love and care about. So come take the online training that's being offered, and it's in the notes. You can look more about it, but come and get a good grounding in tapping, its history, but more importantly, how to use it, and how to use it in many different ways, and what to do when the first thing doesn't work. Well, there's a lot of other things to do. Don't worry if when we tapped just a moment ago, you didn't get the relief that you were looking for completely. But there's a lot of other things you can do. There's nothing wrong with you. It's just you needed some other tapping technique. It's all there if you come to the training. So please think about doing that. Also, you can click on a survey that I've done that will help you get a sense of where you're at on your recovery journey from trauma in the past. So some things that can be helpful to you. And I will send you lots of tools based on where you are on that journey, on that brief survey. And I hope that it will keep you feeling stronger, feeling healthier, and more importantly, moving forward in your life in a way that's right for you and for those that you love. So just a quick thought. I hope this is helpful to you. Feel free to contact me if you have questions or you need something. I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.